Hello students, this is Alisha, a mathematics teacher, and in this video we are going to continue with our last exercise, that is worksheets. So in the worksheet, the first question is write the fraction for shaded parts. So now we have to write the fraction for the shaded parts that are given to us. We have already done this in the first exercise. Now we are going to do this as a revision. So let's first see the first shaded part given to us here is in the circle. Let's see how many pieces of this circle are being made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So total there are 8 parts made out of this circle, out of which how many parts are shaded? 1, 2 and 3. So what will be the fraction? So the fraction is usually made by the numerator is the number of parts shaded and the denominator is the total number of parts made. So the answer is 3 upon 8. 3 is the number of parts shaded and total is 8. So the answer is 3 upon 8. Next we have a triangle. So there are how many parts made of this triangle? Let's count that first. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 parts made of this triangle and out of which 2 are shaded. So our fraction will be 2 upon 4, that is 2/4. Next we have this square here. We have total 1, 2 and 3 parts, out of which 1 part is shaded. So our fraction will be 1 upon 3, that is 1 is shaded out of 3. So 1 upon 3 or 1/3 is the fraction for the third. Next we have to put in is write more than, less than or equal to in the boxes. So now here we have to write more than, less than or equal to in these boxes. So the first is 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 5. So let's see 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 5 when we compare which one is greater or lesser than or equal to. So now as you can see 1 upon 4 is greater than 1 upon 5. Why? Because when the numerators are common, the denominator that has a greater value is a smaller fraction. So here as you can see the denominator that has a greater value is 5. That becomes a smaller fraction. And the denominator that has a smaller value becomes a greater fraction. So this is the 1 upon 4 is greater than 1 upon 5. Now let's see the next one. We have 2 upon 6 and 4 upon 6. So now we have to compare these two. So the first one is 2 upon 6 and the next fraction is 4 upon 6. So let's compare these two now. Now let's see what is common first. So as we can see the denominator is common. So then we have to look at the numerator. So now we had studied about two statements when we were studying about ordering of fractional numbers. The first one was when the numerator is same, then the fractional number that has a smaller denominator is greater. But here as we can see the denominator is same and not the numerator. So the next statement applies here, that is when the denominator is same, the fractional number that has a greater number numerator is greater. So here we have a greater numerator, that is 4. So therefore 4 upon 6 is a greater fraction. Next is 1 upon 5 and 1 upon 9. So the two fractions that we have to compare is 1 upon 5 and 1 upon 9. So now here we can see is numerator is common. So therefore we have to compare the denominators. And what the statement says, when the numerator is same, then the fractional number that has smaller denominator is greater. So smaller denominator is 5. So therefore 1 upon 5 is greater than 1 upon 9. Next is 2 upon 8 and 2 upon 7. So again here we can see that numerator is common. So therefore we will compare the denominator. So that is 8 and 7. So when the numerator is same, then the fractional number that has a smaller denominator is greater. So again smaller denominator is 7. So therefore 2 upon 7 is greater than 2 upon 8. Or you can say 2 upon 8 is lesser than 2 upon 7. Next we have 5 upon 7 and 5 upon 7. So obviously this is equal. It is simple to understand. Next 8 upon 9 and 2 upon 9. Here we have the denominator same. So when the denominator is same, then the fractional number that has a greater numerator is greater. So therefore 8 upon 9 is greater than 2 upon 9. So you should remember the two statements while doing this kind of sums. The two statements are already given in the earlier video when we studied about ordering of fractional numbers, or it is also there in your textbook on page number 75. Next we are going to do is addition and subtraction. So let's see. So these are mixed questions given to us here. So for your information, question number 3, that is ascending and descending order, is been omitted from the syllabus, so we are not going to solve that sum. We are jumping directly to the question number 4, that is add or subtract the following. So let's take the first one, 3 upon 5 minus 2 upon 5. So what we see first is the denominator. Denominator is same, yes. So now we are going to just compare these two, and we are going to minus 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 gives us 1. So 1 upon 5 is the answer. Next we have is additions. So 5 upon 9 plus 1 upon 9 plus 3 upon 9. So 5 plus 1 plus 3. 5 plus 1, 6 plus 1 plus 3, 9. So 9 upon 9 is the answer. Third one we have 5 upon 10 minus 3 upon 10. So now 10 denominator is same. 5 minus 3 gives us 2. So 2 upon 10 is the answer. Question number 4, that is the same question, that is add or subtract the following. The homework sum is D, E, F, G and H. You have to solve the sum, and if you want to recheck the answer, I have already shared the PDF copy in the group, so you can check your answers from there also. So this was the end of chapter of fractions. I will be giving activity on the chapter fractions and numbers and numerations. So this chapter, that is fractions and numbers and numerations and addition, is not going to come in your first term exam. Please remember, I'll be giving activity on this chapter, so you can't skip this chapter. You have to complete this chapter, and you should understand what fractions are and the various topics that we studied in fractions. Further, we'll continue with the next chapter in our next video. Thank you.